Hello and welcome to this video for Publisher Exercise 37. So Publisher Exercise 37, this is another critical thinking exercise, so we're just going to be working on one file here and completing that. So you should have downloaded Pub 37 from either Plus Portals or whatever website, and so open that up right now, Pub 37, and we're going to be saving it here as a new name. So of course you're gonna do file save as, and then of course you're saving it to the folder you need, and we're gonna be naming it 37 sale underscore your initials. So 37 sale underscore your initials. And you can see here we kind of have a trifold flyer on both the pages here. So this is for a seed sale. And under payment policies, it says, so this first part of the flyer, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so hopefully you can see it better in your video. It says under it we need to insert garden 37 garden.jpg. So let's do that. So we're choosing insert because if we do this pictures button, it's online pictures, and this is one we have downloaded. So you should have already downloaded. Click on. Alright, here we go. 37 garden. Alright, you can see it's this picture right here. Now, it does look pretty grainy for the fact of the size and such, but that's a picture they want us to use, and it'll look good in the trifold. So now it's too big, of course, so we need to change the size of it because it says size it to fit the available space in that column. So let's already grab a corner dot, move it. Make sure you're grabbing the corner dot. When you're grabbing the middle, you're going to lose that aspect ratio that you're looking for. Now, we do want it to match up with the width here of the text. So what do I actually do? Is I'm going to move this up here near the text and line it up with that. And I'm going to do grab this corner and change it so it lines up with the width of that. So a little bit more looks like. Oh, that's a no. So we're at the guess a little bit. So about right there. And we're going to place it let's move it. So again, it's lined up here with the text. And I'm going to bring it down about here. So it almost has an inch at the bottom. Let's actually do it like this. So about right here, you can see there's about this much space in between the text and then the picture over here. So that's our garden picture. Then it says under the seed sale box at the right side of page 1. So I'm going to move over here. Now let's move up. So here's seed sale box right here. And what we're going to do, it says insert some clip art. So we're getting online pictures here that shows a flower or plant. So I'm just going to click on insert, of course online pictures, and we're going to look for flowers. Now I could look for flowers clip art, but we're just going to get picture flowers. So there's this one is a little bit wider. I'm wanting just more of like one. So we'll go with, let's see here. Let's go with, I'm going to go with these smiling guys. You can go with whatever you want here with it. Let's see. We're going to check. It may ask you to convert. I'm going to switch it to JPEG just because it says JPEG. Really, you could just click OK. Oh, looks like it's having issues with that picture. So let's get a different picture instead. And you may have to do this. Bing is not as good as Google typically, or at least Google has been around longer, and so it functions pretty well. I'm just going to try this picture here. Click insert, and we'll just click OK and see that. Nope, that's not going to help. If for some reason you just continually have it so that you can't find what you're looking for here, you could always go into your web browser and go to Google, and you could search for pictures there and copy and paste. So I'm actually going to do that here. So this is a good example for you. I'm going to go with actually this picture right here. So click on it, make sure it's bigger. It's going to take a little bit to load. Once this loading bar disappears, you can right click on it, choose copy image, and then let's pop back the publisher here and we'll paste. So, and you may need to do that. That does happen on a semi-regular basis of it not working. I'm going to make this smaller because I do want it to go under the seed sale box but not be too big. I always have fun moving this with the magnifier. Now we don't want to cover up this line here, so you can see I still need to make it smaller. I do kind of want it aligned with the seed sale box, and you'll notice I'm grabbing that corner dot. Okay. So I need to move it over, it looks like a little bit here to the left. Again, you're lining it up with seed sale. You don't want it too far away from the box. So it should look something like this. So you can see here I have seed sale and I have my picture here. I'm going to click the save button. Sometimes when you're working with images, it'll cause the file to close out. So you want to be careful of that. So it's good to save. All right, we added the seed sale box. Now it says in the right column on page 1, ungroup the garden gate supply text box from the orange frame around it. So I'm going to go up here and I need to ungroup it. So you can see right now it's all grouped together. The way we ungroup, of course, is we right click and click ungroup. And I have an event. All right. Oh, we're going to have a bunch of events. All right, so Golden Gate Supply Group, we ungrouped it. And then what we're going to need to do, it says delete the Garden Gate Supply text box. So I'm going to zoom in here and make sure you can see this. So we're deleting the text box, that's this right here. So I click and grab along the side here where the lines are. Of course, I could push backspace or delete. And then what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with word art that says the same thing. So we're going to go up to our insert button, or insert tab, excuse me. And of course in our text group, we're clicking on word art. And then I'm just going to pick one of these styles. So I'm going to go actually with, let's see here, it was normal text. So you can just pick one of them. I'm going to go with the gray one here. And of course, yes, the same thing. So Garden Gate Supply. So Garden Gate Supply. I didn't push enter, just went and wrapped the text, and then click OK. So Garden Gate Supply. Now obviously you could see my text is gigantic. So it says use any style that you like and then group the word art with the orange frame. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to make this a lot smaller. A lot smaller. Let's move it up here. It's better, but we need to make it even smaller. I'm making it too small. Even more. So get it to fit in the box. You can see I about have it there. And if I remember with word art, yeah, we have to kind of just grab the corner. I'll make it a little bit bigger than that because otherwise it's just too difficult to read. Alright, so there we go. Garden Gate Supply. And it said to group it again with the orange frame. So I'm going to select the orange frame as well. I just held down Control and clicked on it. And then I can either right click on it or up here in my Arrange group on the Home tab, I can just click Group. And so now it's another group again. So make sure you group them together. I'm going to be checking for that. Alright, we finished another step. Now it says insert another ClipArt image at the bottom left corner of page 2. So let's go over to page 2. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so we can see it better. And we're going to go over bottom left corner. So you can see lots of space here. So I can actually zoom out a little bit more so I can see it. So we're going to grab one that can fill a decent amount of space. So again, insert online pictures. We're looking for flowers again. Hopefully we'll find one that works. So let's grab. If I can find, let's go with this one right here. You can pick a different one if you want. Again, if it doesn't work, that might be what you have to do, is you just have to, oh, it's not working. So again, you may have to go to your web browser and just do it that way. So I'm going to do that. So you can see I still have it open from when we did it last time. Again, you click on which picture you want, and then you right click on the picture once it's loaded, choose copy image, and then of course you go to publisher and you paste. Now make sure you're not pasting it in the text box. So you notice when I clicked, I could accidentally paste it in there. You don't want to do that. And of course here it's too big, so what I need to do is I can move it down and then grab a corner dot, make it a lot smaller, and then of course you can work with it from there. So it needs to fit in the column. But of course I want it to be a good size still, so that way I can fill up that spot. So make it a little bit thinner, or not as wide. So it matches the text a little bit. I'm going to adjust it here. and put it about half and half. So you can see I have about the same amount of space at the top between the text as with the bottom of the page. So we just finished adding that in. And then it says place an auto shape on top of the second piece of clip art and fill it in with one of the scheme colors and move it behind the clip art so that it makes a matte behind the image. So basically we're making a background to it. So let's do this. I'm actually going to make this even a little bit thinner because we are going to put a shape behind it. And for my shape, what I'm going to do, it's probably best to use a rectangle. So I'm going to go with a rectangle with curved edges. And again, you want to make it big enough to go behind this. So I'm actually going to go and do it like this. So you want even. So I just drew that. So we draw that shape. It says fill it with one of the scheme colors. So basically when you click on shape fill, these are your scheme colors. So what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to send this to the back right away because then I can still see my picture even. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, okay, yeah. I can still see. Interesting. I might have to move this text box back. So you may have to move the text box back in order to see your picture right here. There we go. So let's do shape fill, and then this way I can kind of see. I think I'm going to actually go with an orange that's kind of similar to it, or a green. Each one's going to be different, but you can decide. I'll go with the green here. So I have the picture there. I'm going to adjust the height of this a little bit, go down a little bit, get it to try to center it here in it. And then it says, once we do that, we are going to be putting it together. So it says apply a shadow to the auto shape. So let's do that. We're going to group these together here soon. But click on your auto shape, click format, and of course you're going to shape effects and getting that shadow. So I'm going to actually do a shadow over here on this side of the fold. And then it does say to group the clip art and the auto shape. So what I would do is make sure you have the clip art centered here how you need to in the auto shape. I'm going to click, hold down control and push click to select both of them and then group them, and then I'm going to move them and adjust them so that way they kind of fit here with the flyer, because of course it's changed a little bit. So actually about right there is what I want it to be, or where I want it to be. Alright, so make sure you save it. You do need to print this publication, so file, print. Of course you're choosing Microsoft Print to PDF if you don't have that already selected. And then of course you get a little preview here over here where you can see it. I'm going to click the print button, and then of course you're going to save it with the same name, so 37 sale underscore your initials, and save it. So I'm going to zoom out here so you can again see what we all did, and then make sure you double check that you did this. So this is the only file for our exercise today. Took a little bit longer just because of the different changes we needed to make. Alright, so we have here page number 1. You can see we messed with the garden gate supply. We put in a couple of pictures of clip art, and you can see they kind of fit well with it. And then of course that's page 1, and then we have page 2 where we added in the clip art and the auto shape over here as well. So and then the 2 files you do need to submit. Let me show you those very quickly in case you forgot. You're submitting 2 files to me, 37 sale PDF, 37 sale publisher, and that is how you complete publisher exercise 37.